wanted to mention that our very own Tamera is a guest judge tonight on the Food Network's Christmas Cake War.
So cool. So much fun.
Yes.
Oh.
What was it like eating those sweet treats?
You guys, I was in heaven. As you guys know, I love to bake, and I love sweets. And Jonathan Bennett, who's the host of the show, he is so much fun.
Awesome. Yeah.
He makes everything just fun.
Oh.
It was awesome.
When can we check it out, Tam?
You can see me judge Christmas Cake Wars tonight on the Food Network at 9 p.m.
tonight?
Eastern. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
And you won Cupcake War, so this should be a piece of cake. You
That's good.
Okay, I can't wait. Let's get into some girl chat. The state of Illinois, is making sure that their hairstylists do more than just make you look beautiful. A new law will make them receive training outside of their standard technique courses. Now, this law will require them to attend a 1-hour class in recognizing signs of domestic violence every 2 years when they renew their hairdresser's license. Now, effective January 1st, 2017, hairstylists they won't have to report signs of domestic abuse, but instead they will be offered protection from lawsuits should they decide to go to the authorities. Now, since hairstylists can be confidants to their clients when they are in their chairs, this new law could help and save a lot of women. Really cool. This makes me feel real good because, you know, I think anybody that works closely with clients, like masseuses, things like that, people that can actually see the body, I think this type of law will help to protect them if they feel that there's something's not right. You know?
I really hope that this is something that explodes in Illinois and actually goes across the U.S. to all beauty schools because, no, really, shout out to the glam squads because as you guys know, when you see in like celebrity pictures and things like that, glam is always right beside them. We are really tight with our glam squad.
Super close.
Your glam really knows everything about you. They hear the phone calls you go through. They see how you come in, what you've dealt with. And so I just remember being a stylist back in the day. I had a client once that I sensed was going through some things, you know? But you have a professional level where you don't want to intervene too much because you could lose your job if you step in the wrong way. But at the same time, you don't know enough of the situation, but you just pick up that something's wrong. So this is really essential because a lot of women will not speak up.
That is true.
People
I think it's okay to break the code when you're trying to help someone. Or if you're going to save someone's life, go ahead and just do it. So I think this is great.
I also think that it's important, though, that I think this works only if that woman is like ready to make that change, though.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Which is a difficult place to be in because I think, you know, if she gives you the right, obviously maybe not going through text messages or not being able to actually contact the authorities themselves, if they give you the right to be like, can you help me? Can you go seek out help for me and find a way to help me? Then that's cool. I think it becomes a little difficult and complicated if you go against that person's trust.
Well, I think
and they're not ready to actually make that change.
But I think this is more for if the authorities come to you as a hairdresser and say, hey, did you know about this? Right, so you won't be, so that client, patient or client privilege is not, you won't get a lawsuit. So I think it's more about that. So if the authorities come to you. Right.
Yeah, so basically, if you know someone who is a victim of domestic abuse, here's one clear-cut place to get help. The National Domestic Violence Hotline. It's a phone number. Get this down. It's 1-800-799-SAFE. Help a sister out there. Help a brother out there. Let's keep each other locked.
Good. Protect each other.
Awesome.
I'm all
love
for
that. Now, as a recently married lady, I know all too well the needs of a bride and can appreciate the support of bridesmaids and maid of honors. Oh my God, they're so essential. But actress Jennifer Lawrence told Vanity Fair in their current issue that she is over being a bridesmaid. Wait, I'm like wondering, does that mean she wants to be the bride? Well, Jennifer says, weddings rock, but I will never be a bridesmaid again. She also said there should be a bridesmaids union. I have been a bridesmaid 4 times, she says, and if anyone asks me again, I'm going to say no, and I do appreciate the ask. Somebody had a terrible wedding that she was a part of.
Well, probably because it's her, and right now a lot of
Crazy
people may
schedule.
ask her, because she's Jennifer Lawrence, so now she has to turn.
Yeah, but the whole point of being a bridesmaid, it's really not about you. It's about the bride.
Yeah.
You helping the bride.
Okay.
And 4 times. I can understand 27 times, like 27 dresses. You remember
Yes,
that movie?
yes.
That's
Yeah.
a lot. I can see where she's coming from, but still.
You're saying 4 times, but even one bridezilla is one bridezilla too much.
somebody traumatized
Let's be
her
real.
for
Some
sure.
of your good friends, you know that they can be the worst when they're getting married.
Look.
And by the way, being a bridesmaid, not everybody has the account Jennifer Lawrence has. It
Right.
costs a coin.
Yeah,
It
really
be a
does.
bridesmaid. I will say this. If she was in my wedding, I would feel some type of way right now. I would be like, dang, did we do something wrong to you? Why do you feel like that?
See, I understand her though, because
Right?
I've been a bridesmaid enough to see that sometimes those responsibilities, they go far
what
and wide.
are these
She
people
said
making you
never.
do?
She
You are
said
an easy
never,
bride, though.
She said never. What if her best friend, Amy Schumer, she's dating this guy, right? What if she gets married and she asks her? That's like a really
she's
close
saying
friend.
no. She said she's gonna say no. I mean, I don't care if it's just the bridesmaids. I've been the host. I've been, the
DJ,
DJ,
the flower
the
girl,
MC.
the MC,
It's
the
like
flower girl.
I'm done. This was the last one. I'm tired of it.
Are you
It's
serious?
Too much.
You did
it's
such
too
a great
much
job,
pressure.
though.
It's too because you know what? Okay, I'm gonna put it out here.
Uh-oh.
It's the first time I'm telling you this. I did not have fun because I was working too much, and I wanted to have fun when I was in Paris, and I had to sit here and had a responsibility of taking on to your reception. That was my gift to
Yo,
you.
she was
we
the
got
MC.
it done, but I didn't have fun. I wanted to turn up too, and I couldn't turn up.
It's true.
I did take care of you, Loni.
Yeah.
I tried to take care of you. I sent you cake. I
Yeah,
sent
she
you
kept
wine.
sending me stuff though.
I sent you some more liquor.
But it's not the same because, when you had that responsibility, I had the responsibility of making sure that I announced them correctly.
Yeah.
I had
That's
to
true.
do all the dances.
Yeah.
I had to bring them up. I had to make sure Jeannie wasn't going off script when we did the games. I had to make sure they cut the cake. I did the whole reception, which I just want you to know I enjoyed doing.
And I so appreciated you
But this is
doing
the
it.
last one I'm doing, okay?
I tried to help though.
married yet,
Adrienne
so-
Houghton. Do you remember I tried to help? I tried to help a little bit, and you took over, Loni.
What,
So
which
I
one
tried-
was that?
That.
At my wedding.
remember.
It was
I'm
real
sorry.
dicey.
If we're gonna keep it real, Tamera,
What?
yeah, you may have tried to help,
Let her know.
but you were twisted.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? The most you were helping her, you basically had her as a backboard when you were dancing on her.
Hey, I was
That's all
having
you were
fun
doing.
and working at the same
But
time.
wait, you guys. Why? What are these people doing to these bridesmaids that makes them so... Okay, I get it. You didn't get to have a good time. You was working. I get that part. But as a bridesmaid, what could you possibly be doing?
I've had a
Right?
bride who practically relied upon me to plan the entire wedding or anything that went wrong in the middle of the night.
But-
girl, I gained 5 pounds. So you go get my dress
No,
and let
but-
it out. Like that type of
Like,
stuff.
But
She
did she
was a
have
real
a maid
maid.
of honor?
Yes.
But did
She
she
was a
have a
real
maid
maid,
of
not
honor?
just a
Did she have a
bridesmaid.
matron of honor? Were there more than one bridesmaid? I mean,
Tamera, I don't know if you know.
What?
I am more responsible than any maid of honor that a
Okay,
bride
right.
could have.
Let 'em know.
So I get called upon, and I like it. I mean,
Okay.
it's an honor, but it's you can't say no to
Yeah,
the bride.
after you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, then you like, we're done.
Have
We're done.
you been guys do anything else outside
Yes,
of
you
that?
made me hold that heavy train of yours.
my gosh.
It was
I
an
helped her
emergency.
too.
I laced you up, and you got me so scared. You guys, she had this tiny zipper, and Adrienne's waist was like next to nothing. So I'm just making sure, because if that zipper breaks,
No, I almost had a heart attack, yeah.
Because what happened was her designers couldn't get over there.
Yeah.
So we ended up taking over, and we couldn't find the veil. The veil was lost, and I
The veil was
tearing
missing,
up.
people.
I was-
Housekeeping
I had
took
to
my
try
veil.
to make a veil.
And
I
we-
was tripping.
Yes. And meanwhile, you got to
It
keep
was
her
pressure.
like calm, like, no, everything's good, everything's
Yeah. But I was in the other room. Yeah. We
Yeah,
was
it was
cutting
not
up the
good.
veil in the
Yes.
other room. She didn't know.
Have you ever been in a wedding that
Yes.
you felt like, I'm sad I signed up to be a bridesmaid, other than carrying my train?
no, I didn't feel that way, honestly, Adrienne. I was glad to serve you. I really was.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Anytime you were a
Tamera.
bridesmaid, how many
Yes.
times have you been
Tamera.
Moving on, so
Tamera.
long as we're on the
Tamera.
topic of marriage. No, what were you gonna say, Loni? What?
Tamera.
Yes. Say it, Loni,
You
say
know we had to kind of coax you, because let me tell y'all, Tamera looked hot, okay? Tamera knew she looked hot.
was killing
Then
it.
she had that
your point, Loni? What's your point?
She had, and so I was on the elevator with the tray, and I kept stepping on her dress, and I was getting nervous because it was so heavy.
And what did I do?
And so then, you know, she said, somebody's got to help me. And I was like, somebody got to help me because it's heavy. And so I looked over at Tam, and Tam was looking like, I'm about to go sit down, right? And so then she said, see, I know this, because I remember, because I was
the
so...
moment I knew
And she said, you know, Tam, I know you want to sit down, so, you know, you just go sit down. And I'm thinking, shut up. Let her carry the tray with me.
That's what I'm saying.
And so then she looked, and she thought about it, and she said, Adrienne, I am at your service, whatever you need.
Thank you.
She did.
You remember that, Loni?
I do too. I remember that.
Well, as long as we are on the topic of marriage, once you do tie the knot, there's a big decision for you and your spouse to make when it comes to the holidays. Who parents are we gonna go to? Or even more stressful, whose parents are staying with us? This can get quite nerve-wracking during the season when everybody wants to be with you or wants you and your family to come see them. How do you decide? I know for us, it wasn't an easy decision. There were lots of tears.
Why?
Tears?
Yeah, only because in our family, we made the women of both the families decide what they wanted to do, and they both decided that Thanksgiving was the most important holiday for them, and my mom was like, oh, hell no. And then Judy was like, oh, hell no. They both wanted that particular, holiday. So now, because of it, we have to oscillate back and forth. And my mom, my first Thanksgiving with the Housleys, it didn't go so well because my mom was so used to me being with her in the family. So I cried because I love the Housleys, but the food was a little different over there. And I also cried because I'm being honest. And also, I wasn't with my family, my mom, my sister, so it was something new for me.
Should have brought some salt and pepper. That'll help it.
Sriracha, some adobo, some Lowry's, and some sriracha.
A little sriracha. I have learned. This will be my 5th year. But we worked it out. Okay. So now we oscillate Thanksgivings, and we have Christmas earlier with the Housleys, and I always have Christmas with my mom.
So Christmas Eve with the Housleys, Christmas Day with your family.
With my mom.
That is awesome.
That's good.
Compromise.
Compromise.
Very mature of you, girl.
It's important.
Yeah.
But it was different. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so...
This is your first Thanksgiving
as
a married woman.
Yeah, who you gonna go with?
Okay. So, I am super duper close to my family.
Right.
And I don't know if it's just maybe the men I date, they're like men, like my husband is like...
Yeah, say it one more time, girl.
My husband is like a man.
Yeah.
So he's not very attached in that sort of way. Like he left the nest early. Like he's created a life
with
for
being
himself.
with your family.
So he's totally cool with being with my family, and I love that.
Your family is
sweet.
so
Do they
welcoming.
Does he have nieces and nephews?
Well, they'll be with
So they all
everybody
come
kind of
to
comes
where you
to
are.
where I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom does a phenomenal Christmas party, you guys. It's a tented event with chandeliers. It's
it's
formal.
nice.
It's phenomenal, and we have a great time.
Well,
yeah.
You know what? Here are some suggestions to help you deal with juggling families. Now, when your parents give you a guilt trip because you aren't spending as much time with them as they like, try not to be defensive, okay? They are not judging your ability to juggle everybody. They just want to see you.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that with my mother.
Yeah.
My mother just wanted to see me, but she lives in Detroit, so I have to make it a priority, especially since she's getting older.
Yeah, that's so important.
And remember, phone calls are big. Make sure you call them often during the holidays if you're unable to see them, or Skype. Now I got her a cell phone. She thinks she, FaceTiming it and everything.
You always got to call. They hold it against you.
Yeah.
Elders grandma will remember if you don't give her a shout out. You got to call them. And last but never least, find time to spend time with your parents throughout the year, not just on the holidays, you guys.
Yeah.
All
That's a
those
good one.
moments
Yeah.
count.
That is
Why
a great
hang out
one.
with my mom and mom?
Yeah,
So
that is
much.
a good one. But what you said about compromise
Yeah.
is everything. Like, if he
huge.
wanted me to go over there, I would more than love to. But like Chris, his brother and all them, they're gonna come to New York, and it's gonna be awesome. And the kids and
Yeah, and I think it's really about
we're all gonna be
planning.
together.
You know the holidays are
Yes.
coming up.
Yeah.
Plan it. Just plan it and decide who's going to get what.
Yep.
And maybe let people know. It's okay. You know, it's like this year, this is what we're planning to do. And then,
That's right.
you know, we'll hit you on Christmas or we'll hit you on New Year's. You got 3 major holidays that you can hit people,
You know what's my favorite thing that happens
What?
when you go home for the holidays? I don't know if you guys get like this, but when I go home for the holidays, I immediately revert from an adult to a 15-year-old Jeannie Mai.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't change out of your pajamas. You
No.
stay just like that. For some reason, you can't use indoor voice. You're like, Mom!
Yes.
Mom!
Mom, where's the meatloaf?
Yes. Right? And all of a sudden, you just live like a kid. It's the best feeling ever. Right? I can't wait for that.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Get ready to
Can't
do my
wait, can't
laundry,
wait.
Mom and Dad.